Today we're going to be learning about percent error. Percent error is simply a measure of how different your data is from some scientifically accepted data. And the formula that we're going to use to solve for it is here. We have the experimental value. This is the one that you obtain in a lab personally. All right. If this is in a word problem, the experimental value will always be the value that an individual has measured themselves personally. The accepted value is the value that the greater scientific community accepts as true. Now, this value does not come from any one individual person, right? It comes from countless experiments, countless confirmations by many, many people to get to this true accepted value. Okay? This accepted value never comes from an individual person's measurement. It always comes from some external authority source. It comes from a textbook, it comes from a paper, all right? It's common knowledge, whatever it may be. So let's go through some examples. Let's say that you're pretty bad at measuring things with rulers and you measure a object in the lab and you decide that it is 12 inches long. That would be an experimental value. You measured it. You put the ruler down, it says 12. You record 12. But then you flip that object over and it tells you that it's only 10 inches long. It says right here, 10-inch long stick. Well, then that would be the accepted value. This is coming from a source, it's coming from an authority, it's the accepted value. So to figure out how off your measurement of 12 is from the accepted value of 10, we're going to have to perform this equation. 12 minus 10 is 2. 2 over 10 is 1 over 5. All right, and then 1 over 5 in percent is 20%. To do another problem, let's say you measured a graduated cylinder and determined that in that graduated cylinder there were 15 milliliters of water. But then it turns out that there was actually 20 milliliters of water in that graduated cylinder, and you know that because you got it from a very special store that only gives out graduated cylinders with 20 milliliters of water in it. The graduated cylinder is labeled 20 milliliters of water, all right, and you are sure that this lab is correct when they give it to you. So we're going to say 20 is the accepted value. 15 minus 20 is negative 5. But we're going to look at this absolute value and ignore the negative sign. We have 5 over 20. That can be simplified to 1 over 4. But unfortunately, we cannot simply write 25%. And I would really challenge you to think about why. If you need help, you can go to my significant figures videos, but I will tell you that the real answer you must write is 30%.